And honestly, going in this pre-season, I know that we're fitter than any other team in this WSL. I know how much work we've put in. For us on Saturday, it's a massive opportunity for the fans to come and watch us in the Etihad Stadium for only the second time, and to play for the first time against our rivals. We're excited for it, and hopefully we get as many people through to see us play on Saturday as possible.
At the World Cup, the stadiums were full. We haven't seen a WSL stadium full in England yet. Obviously, we've sold 20,000 tickets so far at the Etihad, which is more than any team's ever done. And the fact that we're playing at the Etihad is a massive step. So it doesn't actually matter what colour the fans wear and who comes and things like that. It's more about who's actually at the game and whether people are enjoying it and people are inspired by it, and hopefully we can bring them back.
Yeah, it's exciting. Obviously, I think everybody's been dying for a Manchester derby in the Women's Super League, and obviously last year when Manchester United said they were going to be in the Championship and they were fighting for promotion, I think as players and as staff we get excited by the prospect of having them in our league, and now to have it as our first game, I think it's going to do this game the world of good. I think we need to push rivalries, we need to push derby days, and there's no bigger than this one coming on Saturday. I think it's quite similar to how we started out. I think if I look back at our first team in 2014, I think you had 4 or 5 players that were international players that you're really relying on their quality, and the rest of the team, they worked hard to improve as much as they possibly can. And it's similar to United. I think they built a team from scratch. They did very well. They got themselves promoted in their first opportunity, and I think when you move up to our league, there's such a difference between the two leagues in terms of quality and technical ability. I think they've obviously recruited the likes of Jackie Groening, who's a fantastic player, and they'll be looking to strengthen their squad, I'm sure, over the next couple of seasons. But look, I think for us, it's all about what we can bring to the table, what the quality we have in our team, and I'm really confident in the group of players that we have.
Yeah, I think it starts the season off with a bang. It means that we're here to compete for something, because we're kind of setting the tone for the women's team. We're in the Etihad, we've sold so many tickets, and it's going to be a massive day, have it being the derby as well. No days get much bigger than that, and obviously the opportunity to play in there for the first time for me personally, and for a lot of the girls. So we are massively excited, and yeah, it's just an exciting time to be alive. I think the fact that pre-season's come and it's gone so quick, and obviously we've been away with England, and now we're kicking off the season. We're ready to get going and just to see what happens. And we had a good season last year with the trophies that we won, and we want to better that this year. And obviously we've got the Champions League to play for as well this year, and the free domestic trophies. But we're just massively looking forward to just getting going now, and we're fed up of running in lines and we want to run on the pitch.
Well, obviously we've been away with England, so the likes of Mary Earps and Abby McManus, who play for United, I think there might be a tiny little bit of banter, but I think everybody's just I think when you're away with England, you're kind of just focusing on international football, and you might have a little bit of chat about what's coming up this weekend, and obviously the fact that Abby used to play for our club as well. I think that might add a little bit more extra to it, but at the same time, I think everybody's just excited to start the season. I think even though we've come back from the World Cup, there's only been potentially 2 weeks rest. We're straight into international. It's been a bit hectic for us in terms of pre-season. But look, I think we're so excited to be playing at the Etihad, and hopefully we can put on a performance to obviously help fans come back to watch us even more. I think for us, if I look back at the 5 years that I've been here, I think we've won a trophy every single season, and maybe apart from 2015, but we qualified for Champions League there. And I know there's been a lot of stuff written about us as a team and how we've developed, but look, we won 2 trophies last year. We came runners-up, and we showed levels of consistency that not many teams have matched us over the last few years. And we know that the league is the big one. We want to go and get our hands back on that trophy. We need to be consistent every single week, and we obviously have different challenges. We're in 2 of the cups. We've got Champions League. There's going to be midweek matches, and but I feel as though the pre-season that we've had, the players that we brought in, we've got a really good group of players. We've changed certain things to the way that we have our schedule, the way that we train, and everybody's really reacted positively from that and is really excited. So for me, I think I look at our men's team and you get envious, because potentially winning 2 Premier League trophies back to back is an unbelievable achievement, and we're proud of them. And I'm sure they'll be within a shout of doing that this year. And for us, we want to try and replicate that as much as we possibly can. And it's okay to say it, but we've got to start doing things, and we've got to start showing that we are one of the best teams in this country.
You have family friends that you didn't know you had.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's similar to a World Cup, situation where there's big games and big stadiums and it's a derby, and yeah, I think obviously normally we only get a few tickets per match, but it's like, right, okay, we've doubled the allocation. I'm going to need probably a few more than that to be coming, to be honest, but yeah.
They're only £7, so if you want one.
The Etihad's the same size as that pitch, so I think for us it's not going to be much different. We train on them pitches every single day, and of course it's going to be a big occasion. Of course there's going to be a few nerves, there's going to be people that are excited, and I think when you step into a stadium like that and you're playing at the home of the English Premier League champions as well, I think it is pretty special. And for where we've come from and where we are today, I think to be able to, I remember playing in 2014 against Everton in that stadium and only having 2,000 fans, and we weren't at the level where we are now and play the football that we are. So for me, I'm excited to show what we're about, and I think obviously Georgia said about 20,000 tickets being sold, but we like to see if people we could walk up on the day. I'm hoping the weather's going to be nice and people can come and watch a really good game of football. I think the way that we, as a club, and in terms of our defensive shape, I think we always do a lot of work on it because it's one of our strong points. And yeah, of course, we've lost players like likes of Beats and Abby, but we've got the likes of Gemma Bonner who can fit in quite comfortably, being here a season already. And every time there is a new pre-season, it's about trying to develop new relationships. And obviously with Aoife, she had a great season for Birmingham. She's been one of their best players for a number of seasons, so to have her at the club's fantastic. And obviously Matilde, coming over from Portugal, it's important that you try and strike them relationships off, and that's what pre-season's about. We've tried different formations, we've tried different backlines, but ultimately it's going to be work in progress. But we've got an unbelievable coach in Nick Cushing, who his coaching skills are second to none, and he has us drilled all the time. And we have a standard here that no matter if you've only been here 1 or 2 weeks, or if you've been here for 5 years, we have to set the standard that he sets.
Yeah, I think each year we've just got stronger and stronger, and I think that'll only count for this year as well. Having won 2 trophies last year and coming runner-up, we've just got to better that this year, and we've brought the right people in. We've got people that absolutely love Manchester City and that want to come in every day and give it their all, and they're amazing people as well. So they understand the fact that playing for City is more than playing for City, and that it comes with a whole package, and that we're a team that's created a culture that is unbreakable. And I think they've come straight into that, and they've understood that, and they've basically joined our culture, haven't they? And I think it's important for them to understand that we're a winning team, which has been installed in them from day one. And obviously the reason why we've signed them is because they want to win, and that's basically our mindset, that everything that we participate in and everything that we want to play in, that we've got to win. And if you're not there to win it, then what's the point in even taking part? And I think that's the kind of culture that we've created, in the sense that we'll do anything to win. And yeah, like, it's exciting. I think the pre-season that we've had, the performances that we put against the teams in America, were exciting. I think people actually enjoyed watching us play. The build-up was unbelievable, and in the creating phase we're scoring goals, and I think there's nothing better to watch than to do that. And obviously we've just got to mirror that going into the season now, and it starts on Saturday, where we've got to put the right foot forward.
You avoided that?
No, I mean, obviously I'm going to echo what Georgia said. I think, of course, every season there's going to be a lot of changes, and we have lost players with big personality who have been for a long time. The likes of Beats was unbelievable for this football club, but look, I think all our focus and energy is on the players that are here. We've recruited really well. I think you look at the likes of Ellen White coming in. She's a match winner. She scores goals, and the likes of Laura Coombs, Aoife Mannion, they want to come in and they want to impress. And I think we always know that what we can control is how hard we work and how fit we are. And honestly, going in this pre-season, I know that we're fitter than any other team in this WSL. I know how much work we've put in. I feel as though it's already there, to be honest. I think that's how I personally feel. I think, obviously, watching football, going to the Man City United derby at Old Trafford last year, I think you're obviously representing the football club. You support them in terms of you want them to do well, and I think obviously all the talk's been about a Man United women's derby, and we finally got that. And I think as players, even though there's not history there, I think it's important that we start history right on Saturday. In terms of we want to make Manchester blue, we want to go and perform as well as we can, but we have to have the right attitude, we have to have the right mentality, and we have to get off on the front foot straight away and use the home crowd to our advantage.
And if we can get 20,000 fans at every game, then we'll have to play in the Etihad. But understandably, that potentially isn't possible because we aren't getting the crowds in at the WSL at the minute. And on the back of the World Cup, having playing in full stadiums, we need to try and fill them. And if we can fill this week in, week out, then potentially the move to the Etihad is in our favour. But we have to make sure that we fill this week in, week out to even get a taste of what the Etihad's like. Because, for example, if we've got 3,000 in here, we'd rather have 3,000 in here than 3,000 in the Etihad because you can hear them. It's more like feelable and obviously the pitch side. Whereas in the Etihad, if you've got 3,000 fans, you might as well have no one in there. So it's one of them where it counteracts each other depending on how many numbers we get. So I think for a start, the playing in the Etihad is unbelievable because we've kicked off the season with 20,000 people in there, and obviously we found out what colour Manchester's going to be, but carrying on the games, I think it's important that we make sure that we fill this academy.